Hey, 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 and welcome back, guys. Welcome to this beautiful, beautiful Monday. And I got to tell you guys an update on Bri Bri, my 11-year-old niece who is joining me here for half retreat, half boot camp, half vacation. And I want to just share something with you guys. I do not only hop on here to share the freaking good stuff, the fairy tale stuff, the Skittles, the rainbows, the gumdrops. That's not anywhere close to my style. My style is to give it to you straight. That is why I'm considered the no-nonsense coach. And if you are new, let me tell you a little bit about me, and then I'll talk to you about how I caught Bri Bri with her hand in a cookie jar. So, my name is Joy, the Detox Coach, and I help people who are a little too fat, stressed, and nearly depressed. I help them to detox fat, stress, and emotional toxins with my R3 method, and I also help people to reprogram their habits and unconscious programming with my supercharger superhuman. So right now, let me show you guys something. This is what I caught Bri Bri doing today. Yes. That is it, ladies and gentlemen. So let me explain what the heck I'm talking about. I'm not crazy, and I don't just start squirting whipped cream just to squirt whipped cream. That's not what I do, okay? So let me explain what I'm talking about. So I kid you guys not, she has been doing phenomenal, especially considering, these are not simple changes. And when you are changing your eating, did you know that sugar is just one molecule away from a drug? Let me say that again. Sugar is one molecule away from a full bona fide drug. So when you're changing somebody's habits who was addicted to eating highly refined sugar-like foods, then it's almost like you have someone in rehab. So if you were to have a rehab for someone who, let's say, was addicted to heroin or cocaine, you wouldn't have cocaine in your cabinet because you don't want the person who used to be addicted to cocaine to find the freaking cocaine in your cabinet. That's just not a good way to detox somebody. That's not a good way to help somebody in recovery or to help someone who is trying to kick a habit. You don't want to have it around them, because you're going hardcore. We're not taking baby steps. We're not weaning anybody off. We're going hardcore, big time, Papa Bear steps. So this is what happened. She's been doing fine. Weekdays, we don't play around. Weekdays, we follow the detox to a T. Today is Monday. That means today we're following the detox to a T. So, unbeknownst to me, Bri had come back from boot camp. She took a nap. She was tired, been up since 4:30 in the morning. She took a nap. I go in and I look at her, and she looked to be asleep. And I'll give you guys a superpower that I have. It's a little secret. I have a superpower. And that superpower is, I don't know how I have the superpower. I don't know if other women have this superpower, but I can tell anything that's going on in the kitchen. You can go in the kitchen at 3 o'clock in the morning for a glass of water, and I'll know that you were in the kitchen getting a glass of water at 3 o'clock in the morning. I have superpowers when it comes to the kitchen. If you move the almond milk over a half an inch, I'll know that somebody moved the almond milk over a half an inch. I know where everything is. I know how everything is organized, and I hear, I have this bionic hearing when it comes to people in the kitchen. I don't know why. It's just the weirdest thing. The kids are like, how do you know I'm in here? How do you know what I'm doing? How do you know what I'm touching? I just know, and I'm not even in there. Isn't that crazy? So anyway, this is what Bri Bri did. I looked at her at about 10:40, and she was asleep. She looked to be asleep. The blanket was over her head. I'd call that asleep. So all of a sudden, I go in my room, and I hear the door to the refrigerator close. I'm talking seconds after I walked out. I hear the door to the refrigerator close, and then I hear somebody walk outside on the lanai. So I jump up immediately because I'm like, who the heck is this? I was just in the kitchen. Nobody was in there. So I go in there, and I look, and she's out on the lanai, and she's walking in with her mouth like this. She's walking back with her mouth like this, literally full, and I look at her hand, and there's a freaking whipped cream bottle in her hand. Half of me was livid, and half of me, it took everything in my being, in my fiber, to hold back my laugh because I wanted to laugh so bad. Because I was just like, she tried to pull one over on me. She tried to play a player. I'm not the player. I'm the coach. I wrote the game book. I have the rules, everything. I got it down pat. You can't play a player. You just can't. Don't try. You're wasting your time when you try to play a player. No, seriously. So here's the deal. First of all, that whipped cream, I didn't even know was in my refrigerator. I don't even think about it until I'm doing a seminar. The seminar I'm doing on June 15th in West Palm Beach, Florida. So if you are not doing anything Saturday, you need to be in West Palm Beach, Florida for my Supercharger Superhuman seminar. If you do have plans, X them out. What better place to be on earth than with me? Tell me if you can think of a better place, unless you have Beyonce VIP tickets, there's no other place to be on earth other than with me at my seminar. No, but seriously, let me tell you guys something. I use the whipped cream for a demonstration that I do at my seminar. All the other food items that I use, I throw them away after the seminar, but I don't want to go and buy a new whipped cream can every single time when I only use a little bit for the demonstration. So when I use it for my seminar, I keep it in the fridge because nobody uses a freaking whipped cream in my house. Nobody, unless I'm getting kinky. Did I just say that on live? I'm totally deleting this live, and I'm being silly in a way. So, okay. What's wrong with me today? So, no, seriously. But I do keep the whipped cream back in the back of the fridge for the purpose of the seminar. So I completely, when I'm not doing a seminar, I completely forget it's back there. Thanks for the likes, the hearts, the shares, guys. I forget that it's back there. So I did not even realize it was there. Clearly, she saw that it was there. And she went in the fridge and she snuck out and she shoved a whole big freaking, you see the thing? She shoved a big whole thing of whipped cream in her mouth. And I was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe it. I was so upset. And I had a talk with her, but I also blamed myself because when I detox, I don't have any trigger foods in my house. Well, I don't have any trigger foods in my house at all. Like even when it's an anything night where we can have a snack or a dessert or something, I usually have it out. Like I don't have it in my home. I don't bake it and like have this massive amount in my fridge so that I can have access to it or see it and it can tempt me, because I just think that that's torture, and I don't feel like you should live with torture. When you're gonna have it, you have the slice you're gonna have and you call it a day. If you're having a slice of key lime pie, or you're having a slice of red velvet cake, or you're having a slice of lemon meringue pie, or whatever your thing is when you want a dessert. And so desserts to me, on the R3 diet, you don't have more than 3 times a month. It actually is a treat. It's a dessert. And so, but like I said, typically we have them out. We don't have them in the house. We don't, as a matter of fact, if somebody has a birthday in the house and we have a cake, after the birthday is over, cake leftovers go in the trash. Everybody in my household knows that. They know I don't play when it comes to that. All cake leftovers go into the trash, not into the freezer to freeze for another day. None of that crap. It goes into the trash. It's over with. It's over with. Celebration over with. It goes into the trash. So I forgot that the whipped cream was in there, and she snuck and she grabbed it, and she probably did it on impulse, because like I said, she's been doing so well. She's been eating foods. I'm talking every last bite of her R3 meal. She eats every last bite. She doesn't complain. The first few days, she would give me ugly looks when she would eat it to show, her disdain for it. But after that initial period, she started doing very, very well with it. And she knows on the weekend, she has more freedoms. And so at first I was disappointed, because I'm like, man, you were doing so well and you mess up on a Monday, my favorite day of the week, the day of the week that I'm like, God, angels, heavens, everything is so perfect on a Monday for me, because it's the beginning of a week. We're setting the tone for the whole freaking week. And so I take Monday seriously. You don't play with me on a Monday. You can play with me on a Wednesday or Thursday, but you don't play with me on a Monday, because it's the most serious day of the week for me, as far as setting the tone and making sure that you're doing the things that you desire to do as it relates to nourishment of your body. And so, but at the same time, I feel like, hey, it was similar to being in rehab and having a whole tray of cocaine on a platter on a counter, and you have drug addicts in there, and then you're expecting them not to touch it. So partially, I blame myself for not noticing that was in there and throwing it away immediately when I knew